MEG'S title on sales. Duchess must renounce UK titles to daydream about political office in the US. The US Constitution specifies that people holding US office may not accept foreign titles unless they have congressional approval. But Harvard professor Mark Tushnet says that the likelihood of their approval is very slim. He said, "I don't think it's ever happened before. I think the chances of Congress allowing her to retain her titles would be very slim." But he added, technically, she could run without renouncing her titles and could even serve if elected if Congress approved. However, he said that retaining the titles would be politically damaging. Professor Tushnet continued, as a practical matter, though, she'd have to renounce her titles to run. Politically it would be quite damaging, I think, for her to retain the titles. Opponents will seize on anything, and this will be a hook to say, well, she's not really a true American. The policy is specified in Section 9 of the US Constitution. Professor Tushnet said it arises from concern about the influence that foreign governments would have on US policy. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were allowed to keep their titles after they stepped back from royal duties and moved to California at the start of last year. But, according to Professor Tushnet, the Duchess would still retain her celebrity status even without the titles. He said, having been a royal, the celebrity status would still attach, whether she has a formal title or not. US politics professor Richard Johnson told Express.co.uk that the Duchess' celebrity status would help her bypass the normal routes into politics. He said, "I think Americans take a very keen interest in British royalty, and there is a lot of attention from the US public whenever there are stories relating to the royal family. There is some record of celebrity politicians doing pretty well in the US. Obviously Meghan and Harry are based in California, and California has produced Ronald Reagan, who was an actor, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was an actor." This comes amid increasing speculation about whether or not the 40-year-old royal may run for US office in the future, after she penned an overtly political letter to Congress, lobbying them for paid leave. However, defending her decision to engage with the issue, Meghan described it as humanitarian, rather than political. Speaking to the New York Times Deal book, she said, "Look, there's certainly a precedent among my husband's family and the royal family of not having any involvement in politics. I mean, paid leave, from my standpoint, is just a humanitarian issue." Moreover, the Duchess of Sussex's dad has called for her to be stripped of her royal title after her cringy skit on US TV. Thomas Markle Sr., 76, said his family had been left embarrassed by Meghan's appearance on Ellen DeGeneres' chat show. Her estranged dad added, "She insulted the Queen, the royal family and the British people. She made a complete fool of herself and should lose her title. I love my daughter, but her performance was ridiculous." In one stunt on Thursday, the Duchess had to do whatever Ellen, 66, told her, which included squatting down, eating crisps like a chipmunk, dancing and swigging milk from a baby's bottle. Former actress Meghan, 40, also told a story about going for auditions and having to climb out the window of her car because the door did not work properly. But ex-lighting director Thomas insisted it was not a beat-up old car. She got a lot of help starting in Hollywood. She never had to worry about an apartment or spending money.